Hi, I'm Junhyung An. I'm a world-building artist here at Riot Games.
And I'm Odin. Yes, that's my real name. And I'm a writer.
So today we want to talk about Ionia. It's the region where champs like Zed, Karma, Irelia, and many others come from.
So Ionia is a place where people attempted to live in harmony with nature, but also with magic.
Now, because Ionia is so infused with magic and the borders to the spirit realms are so thin here, that radically affects Ionia's everyday lives and culture in some really cool ways.
So like, if you wanted to build a house in Demacia, right? You would cut down a tree, turn it into planks, then like nail those wooden corpses together. You wouldn't do that in Ionia. You would probably upset the tree's spirit, and that could have repercussions for you and your family and for the generations. So instead, you would contact like a woodweaver who would try and convince the tree to grow in a way that's beneficial for you. And in that way, you can live together. The tree gets to live, and you get a pretty sweet condo.
Of course, that means you might wake up one morning and find your house has grown in the night, and suddenly you got some high ceilings. Or a branch has moved in the night, and now you're trapped inside your own bedroom.
So because of natural magic, Ionians have a totally different relationship with permanence and their surroundings than other places. For example, there's these rivers of grass in central Ionia that flow and move with the tides of magic. And there's these people called land fishers who can collect all the grains and fruits that are the result of these sort of magical tides if they're in tune with that magic.
Yeah, the landscape and the culture are also affected by the spirits. For instance, there's a coastal region called Azure Farms, and at certain times of the year, people might give offerings and gifts to the local sea spirits, and if those offerings are appreciated, thousands of yellow crabs might walk onto the beaches and just wait to be captured later in the year.
Magic in Ionia can also affect you in smaller ways. So if you were in a city at a market and you bought a sun apple, you discover that that fruit can warm you and can even tan your entire body just as soon as you bite into it.
Another thing that makes Ionia different from the rest of Runeterra is spirits and creatures abound in the wilds here. Some of these things are fierce and incredibly dangerous, but many others can be helpful, like the giant Luon Khan seen building a dam here.
The region is also home to the largest Vistayan population in Runeterra. That's those half-human, half-animal folks like Ari, Rakan, and Zaya.
The Vistaya are here because most of the Vistayan race originated on the borders between Ionia and the spirit realms, and they need magic-rich environment to survive.
And what I love about June's painting of a Faun tribesman sort of looking over these magical Quinlan things is it actually captures the feeling that a lot of Vistaya have. They're very unhappy and uncertain with the way that humans are using magic.
Of course, the humans have good reasons for this. The world is changing, and the Noxus Empire invaded.
Now, Noxus wasn't the first nation to attack Ionia. With its lack of centralized government and standing military, it's been a tempting target for a long, long time.
But the people of Ionia have been able to stay disorganized and not meet violence with violence, because the land itself always proved dangerous to invaders, sweeping supplies away in sudden storms or scattered enemy troops in its dense, soul-altering forests.
But the Noxians weren't like their other foes. Noxians solve problems brutally. So when the land turned out to be a problem, they hired this Zonite chemist to make chem bombs. And they just started wiping out huge areas of the land, causing mass extinction of creatures and killing a lot of innocent civilians.
When the Noxian did this, a few people in Ionia decided they were no longer happy just being defensive. They start using magic offensively and fighting back.
And then at the bridges at the Placidium of Navori, in what would become one of the most defining battles of the war, a 14-year-old mage dancer named Aurelia nearly wiped out all of the enemy high command. Her heroism inspired the nation to take action.
The Ionians managed to drive the Noxians almost completely out of their nation. Previously, the people had these illusions that if they just live in harmony with nature, everything would always be okay. But now they had experienced the true horror of war.
So this means Ionia is at a turning point, and the divisions within that nation are pulling against one another. On the one side, there's traditionalists like Karma and Shen and the Kinku Order. And on the other side, there's radicals like Zed and the Navori Brotherhood. Actually, we're not going to go into that right now.
Yeah, we'll have more stuff coming that'll delve deeper into those factions, the Vestaya, and what has been going on in Ionia since the war.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, and for more info and art, be sure to check out the universe. Thanks.